Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Subramaniam Maslamani. I am a Tamil. Today, my topic is Mahinda Rajapaksa, a criminal who rose to power through murders, violence, and criminality. No one can defeat clear conscience or the Tamil conscience. The standing Sinhalese army cannot defeat us. Only we Tamils can do that. In a continuous world of homogeneous and harmonious populations, how can there be injustice and human rights violations? What does Mahinda Rajapaksa know about running a civil society? His work experience is in the field of criminality and murders. His resume is impeccable, impregnated with several murders, twisted it, and crime. He is a criminal. No one wants to say that in the public, for it is politically wrong and culturally unacceptable. That is what he is using wisely to survive. He knows the civil society will not point blankly point fingers at him. The world is a nicer place. It has no recourse against tyrants. His intellect is criminality, and he runs a criminal cartel. He sent a qualified lawyer to the Human Rights Commission in Geneva, and he showed the middle finger at the world. That shows his guts and also his disrespect for the world. As far as Mahinda Rajapaksa is concerned, there's only one person who is right. That's him. He thinks he should be the legislator, the executor, and the adjudicator, a quality all criminals like to have. He has been right so far because he is the legislator, the executor, and adjudicator within Sri Lanka. When these three functions are combined, it is called anarchy, and the acts will be tyranny. His other intellect is to divide and destroy. You will notice that despite all the powers he confiscated, he still wants to divide others. The latest is he is trying to divide a tiny Tamil National Alliance. It's an incurable disease that is ravaging his mind. The third is, if the opponents are strong, he finds another opponent and play one against the other. His fourth intellect is to smile to the face and stick the knife to the back. He has no conscience. He has no respect for his own words. To him, all freedom-loving people are terrorists. Recently, he called the Tamil diaspora as terrorists for speaking out against his crimes. S.J. Emmanuel and V. Rudrakumar, who were once Prabhakaran's followers, are now covertly following Mahinda Rajapaksa. Both are trying to lead the community, but they have not got the idea as to how to do it. They want to negotiate, but with who? Mahinda Rajapaksa is not ready to negotiate. You have not created a motivating condition for him to negotiate. It is indeed hard for the strong to be just to the weak. These two people lack that intellect. They are good people. That has nothing to do with politics. Their prime task should be to unite the community and build up the political and economic strength of the Tamil community. If you have no bargaining power, there will never be any incentive to negotiate. Both of them don't have that intellect. Mahinda Rajapaksa is a smart crook and a wise criminal, and he knows most people are willing to settle for pittance than fighting for the full complement. We Tamils, due to our ignorance, sometimes due to our kind-heartedness, will settle for nothing. We do not know the art of bargaining. So far in the last 60 years, the Sinhalese never even gave us a tiny fraction of our rights. Rudrakumar and Emmanuel are surrogates of Prabhakaran. They seem not to have any leadership ability. They have no vision as to how to lead the community. Do they know that there's nothing to talk, discuss, or negotiate with Mahinda Rajapaksa? Knowing Rajapaksa as he is, his words are mere empty promises. If they knew the history of Rajapaksa, they will never even talk. To negotiate out of inferiority, weakness, and desperation is playing into his hands. They neither have the ability to develop the community to a point of strength. They are neither interested in uniting the community. To unite a community, one must first of all understand the importance of community. They are either pursuing a personal ambition or fulfilling their egotism. Our vision is to increase our intellectual capacity and transform Tamils worldwide into an economical and political power. We took time to unite the community and develop their education and entrepreneurship, thus made the community politically, intellectually, and financially strong. When we campaigned for Ratiga 6th Abhasan, our theme was unity, and we won. While with Raghavan, who divided the community. One handout clearly indicates the dirty hand of TGTE. I do not blame TGT, for it's a duty of the leader to be honest with people so that they will follow him. But how to follow when the leader is missing? There is one important feature that will make us powerful. That is unity. But the leaders do not seem to do that. The info flowing into our center indicates that they are fighting each other than fighting the common enemy. The community is always united, but it's the leaders who are divided for selfish purpose. Remember that the community is always united, but the leaders are the ones who divide the community for their own personal egos. We can understand the position of Tamil National Alliance. They are constantly being threatened by Mahinda's invisible hand of paramilitary proxies. Maybe they don't know what the hell is going on. Someone gave them money to buy a computer for their office, and they sent an account on how the money was spent. Lunch was one of the items, but computer was missing. It tells how they are oblivious to the main task at hand. As Occam Razor indicates, there is a simple solution to all complex situations. The simplest solution here is unity. We have to do that first. If we unite the community, we can be a formidable force. TNA must, that is Tamil National Alliance, must visit any meat supermarket and see what kind of meat is available for sale. They will find chicken, sheep, goat, rabbit, beef, pig, etc. But they will not find lion, tiger, or elephant meats. Not that the latter is inedible, but it's hard to kill them. The moral is the weak gets killed and the strong survive. What Tamils need are robust, tough, winning leadership who refuses to talk to an unreasonable enemy, who has no sense at all. We must not talk to wife killers, murderers, rapists, drug dealers, and state terrorists. What we should do is to do what every Tamil did during the Exodus. We worked so hard to build our lives all over the world. Our leaders and leadership organization must foster communal unity, education, entrepreneurship, civic improvements, etc., and bring people together instead of bootlicking. You know, bootlicking is bootlicking the unreasonable and stubborn enemy who has no faculty of reasoning. All powers originate from economic power. That is exactly what we are doing. One must understand that money is work, and the power of money works like a charm. Looking at Rajapaksa and his terror cartel, which refuses to listen to the world opinion, but showing middle finger to the World Organization is sufficient proof to know who they are. Rajapaksa is an ignorant, uncivilized barbarian with murderous look, who cannot function within a free and civil society. He is fearful of the past that may reciprocate at any time. He lives in constant fear, and he kills anyone looks honest and intimidating for no apparent reason. He is also a man without a backbone and without a moral guts. Ranil Wickremesinghe, the opposition leader, is the key to solving Rajapaksa's involvement in crime. He knew and has evidence of Rajapaksa's involvement in at least 2 murders. He also made him the president of Sri Lanka, for which he is repenting. Both Rajapaksa and Wickremesinghe cannot hold office, for the former is a murderer and the other failed to uphold justice. He made political decisions instead of moral decisions. That is wrong. Murder is neither compromisable nor a commutable crime. The problem in Sri Lanka is the absence of leadership, or the people are confusing tyranny with leadership. Is tyranny that rules when there is no leadership? There is nothing people can do when a tyrant rules except accept prudence in lieu of peace and freedom. No nation can function, produce, and prosper under one man's decree and order. It is the people who make the state, and if the people cannot produce, the state cannot exist. Mahinda Rajapaksa thinks otherwise. Leaders do not develop nations. It is the people who make the nations happy, contented, and caring. The leader is a servant of the people. The best leader is being no leader at all. And the best leadership is absence of leadership, except helping people to lead themselves. Tamil National Alliance thinks Rajapaksa and Colombo is the center of power. No, it is center of tyranny. Neither Rajapaksa nor Colombo has any power. Power is within us. Neither Rajapaksa nor Tamil National Alliance know that none of them have power. The power is within people. If people decide not to participate, then they will lose their power. But there is greater power emerging in the world. That is the emergence of South India after 3,500 years. That is 3,500 years of incipient division introduced by the invading Nordics. All people, Tamil people understand, 3,500 years ago, the invading Nordics introduced a caste system to divide us. The paradigm shift or the seismic shift is too large for ordinary minds to fathom and understand. Year 2000, or specifically 2010, marks the visibility of a turnover. The Dravidians, especially Tamils, are surging worldwide, and nations and people are recognizing and converging towards their psyche. No force on earth can stop that creeping of civilization. Recent inventions indicate an economic power shift from the north to South India, which moves the power base. Power does not emerge from the barrel of a gun, but from the basket of bread. Only tyrants believe in guns and games, gambits and gabu. Others simply believe in straightforward greatness. The war in Sri Lanka is a symptom of a deep-seated malady within Sri Lankan psyche due to our ignorance based on false belief in religion, race, and language. We do not know how this racial, religious, and fanatical strife started, but no one wanted to stop it. But everyone used it to make personal profit. But the nation stands bankrupt. There's no creative endeavor going on except tourism and servitude. There is something that the Sri Lankan establishment must understand, that the end is coming, and the few who lead this nation into this direction will be removed, and the new era will begin. There will be no more easy way out. Parents of the 1950s made things difficult for the children of the 1980s. The people of the 1980s made yet more difficult for children of 2010. Instead of creating better future for our children, we created a bad situation. This has to be ended. The single nation has to be has to make course correction, maybe 180 degrees, and then move forward, keeping up with the rest of the world. That's all, folks, for this week. As I always said, 70 million Tamils worldwide, unite, stay together, work hard, and never ever give up. The best is yet to come, and we are winning. My name is Subramania Maslamani, a world class Tamil powered by convictions, commitments, and conscience.